Hello everyone, it's me CJ and welcome to another video. This is my HP Z210. This has been my computer for 4 years now, and I really like it and it's worked pretty well. I've done quite a few upgrades to it since I got it, but it is getting a little bit older now, and it is originally from 2011 after all. And the CPU in here, the i5 2500, while being a very well-known and famous CPU, is starting to show its age with only having 4 cores and no hyperthreading. So I think it was time for an upgrade. But before that, I just want to go over this thing a little bit. So as I said, it's got an i5 2500. It's got 16 gigabytes of DDR3, 1600 megahertz RAM. Unfortunately, it's only running at 1333 because the chipset that this thing has cannot, I actually think just Sandy Verge in general cannot support RAM speeds higher than 1333 megahertz. Originally it had 4 gigabytes of RAM, that was just 1333, but I upgraded it. It originally came with a 250 gigabyte Western Digital Blue 7200 RPM hard drive, and now it has a 2 terabyte Hitachi 7200 RPM and 256 gigabyte ADATA SSD. And it has a GTX 1050 Ti graphics card from NVIDIA. So as I've said, it's a very nice system, although it is a bit older now, but you know, I think it was time for an upgrade, and boy, what an upgrade did I get. Let me show you my new computer. So as you can see, notice a theme here. It's another HP Z workstation, but this thing is very different. This is an HP Z440. This is a Haswell-based Xeon workstation, and this thing is loaded. So let me show you it. It's got this interesting grill thing here. I guess it's for airflow. There's also like a little latch you can pick it up on, I guess, but I wouldn't carry a heavy thing like this like that. So we have two empty 5¼ inch bays, and they're empty because we have a laptop DVD drive here, which seems to be a trend for modern computers that still come with a DVD drive, which is okay because these are empty, so you get more space. And here's the really cool part here. Dang, this thing really does not want to pick it up. But we have 4 USB ports, and they're all USB 3.0. And this is coming from a person that, if my previous computer had 0 USB 3.0 ports. So this is really cool. And one of them is also a powered one as well. But I mean, typically even, you buy like a newest case or newest motherboard, they're only going to have a couple USB 3.0 and still some 2.0. So these are all 3.0, and I think that's really awesome. And we got 2 audio ports, a microphone, and a headphone jack here. I don't know why it's not picking it up very well. There you go. And we got the power button as well. Press it for you guys, I guess. This side here, we just have the HP logo, which you cannot see. And this side, you should be able to see it a lot better. So here we go, we got the power supply here. Pretty typical looking. We got PS2 ports, we got 2 USB 2.0 and 4 USB 3.0. We got Ethernet, and we also got audio here. And then we got a graphics card, because the Xeon E5 processors do not have integrated graphics. Now this is the side panel. We're going to take it off, and I'm going to show you more about the specs of this thing. First off, look at this. Look at this beefy cooler. I mean, this thing is crazy. It's like this giant heatsink that's covered. It's got these 2 fans over here. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. And then this power supply. Look how big this thing is. Now, originally on the listing for this thing, it said it was going to be a 525 watt power supply, but we got a surprise here, because look at that. That number is not 525, isn't it? Yep, this is a 700 watt power supply. And yes, I know it's overkill, but I don't care. It comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive. Now, I'm going to be putting my storage from my old computer into this, so I'll probably use this for maybe storing videos or something. That makes sense to me, I think. So yeah, and then over here we got a graphics card. It said it was going to be a GT210, which is obviously not a gaming card at all, but I will use it for something. I'm going to put my 1050 Ti in here from the other computer. And maybe at some point I'll get a better graphics card that can utilize 6 or 8 pin power, which the 700 watt HP power supply has, which is why I actually wanted the 700 in the first place. The 525 watt does not with the Z440. And then let's get to what is actually under this giant cooler. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 1866. Of course, there are faster DDR4 speeds out there, but still an upgrade from 1333, so that's fine for me. So yeah, but then the CPU in here is an Intel Xeon E5 1603 V3, and it's a 4-core, 4-thread. It's kind of a weird CPU because, you know, typically with these big Xeons, you expect to have lots of cores and be very powerful. So yeah, 4 cores and 4 threads is not that impressive, but I imagine it'd still be probably equivalent to like an i5 4460. But I want something better than that, so we have a solution. This is an Intel Xeon E5 2640 V3. It's 8 cores and 16 threads, and it's clocked at 2.6 gigahertz. And by the way, this is 2.9, but this thing has a trick up its sleeve that makes it amazing. These things can boost all the way to 3.3 gigahertz. 3.4 gigahertz. But there is a glitch on these V3 E5 Xeons where you can force it to run at 3.4 gigahertz all the time. So it basically becomes a 3.4 gigahertz CPU. And that makes this thing amazing. So I'm going to be doing that on this system, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're going to be using the 1603 V3 for now, just to power it on and see what we got going on. By the way, this glitch that I'm talking about only works with the 2600 series, not the 1600. The difference being is the one indicates that it's meant to be, or it can be used only with one CPU. The 2000 series Xeons can be used with 2 of them in one system, but you don't have to do that. So yeah, let's get this thing set up. I got my other computer here. I'm gonna just pull it out, I guess, and I'll plug it in. I'm not gonna, have it really set up for permanent use or anything like that. But yeah, we're gonna have to find out some things because I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if this is a GT210. It looks like it might be something else. Like, the cooler suggests to me that it might be something more than a 210. I'm not sure about that though. And yeah, by the way, it comes with no operating system, but it was weird. So I came with this sheet. I don't know if I have it. Yeah, I do. It talks about how you can activate Windows, but there's no product key anywhere on this computer, so I'm thinking that probably has one in the UEFI, because that's how most systems nowadays are. It does have a Windows Pro sticker on the back of it, so I think it does have a key. Unless the seller was cruel and they got rid of it, but I don't think they did. I mean, I wouldn't guess. If they did, it's okay. I can get another one. This will take a little while for me to have to do that. But yeah, I'm going to put the side panel back on, and I'm going to get this thing plugged in, and we're going to boot it up. I'm going to look through the BIOS and try to find out some more information about this thing. And then we're going to do some hardware swapping. I'm going to be moving my hard drive in here, my SSD, and also the 1050 Ti will be going in here. And then after that, I think I'm going to put in the Xeon E5 2640 V3 to figure out how to remove this giant cooler. And maybe not right away, but we will be performing the Turbo Boost hack as well, which is it's not super difficult, but you do have to go in, and you have to go and edit the BIOS, basically. It might be a pre-made one, but yeah. By the way, I'm going to be doing another video about this machine too. That's going to be more of a review. Because the reason I got this is because this platform, LGA 2011 V3, has become a very popular platform recently for gaming. This thing has similar performance to an R5, a Ryzen 5 2600, or a Core i3 10100F, or an i5 9400F, and this thing, guess what? It was only $25. So they're a great option. And also you get tons of cores too, which is another thing with the other computer is that it was really slow when I would try to render videos. And as you can see, I'm making a lot more videos now. I found myself really interested in making videos on my channel again, and you know, it's been a little bit difficult trying to do that with the current hardware in my system. So this thing should be much better at that. I'm struggling to get the side panel on here with just one hand, so I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. So yeah, this thing is going to be really powerful. And I got it, you know, got the side panel on now. And we're going to plug it in. And I'm going to be showing you the power of the Xeon. Because lots of people do not know the immense value these things have and the immense power these CPUs have. But anyway, yeah, we gotta get this thing out here. As you can see, I got some other things on top of it. I have this card reader and this Xbox 2 terabyte hard drive, which I just use for the computer now. It's where I store all my videos. Okay, everybody, I got it all plugged in now. I got my monitor on, ready to go. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, here we are. Very different BIOS from my old system. It's actually a graphical BIOS. Let's go to BIOS setup. Now, normally I'm not a fan of graphical BIOSes because they're normally all gamery and stuff. I just think it looks kind of dumb, but this one's okay, I guess. System information. So we got a Z440. It has a Xeon E5 1607 V3. It's 3.1 gigahertz. That's actually a better CPU than I thought I was getting. We got 16 gigabytes of ECC DDR4 at 1866 megahertz. If you don't know what ECC memory is, it's used on servers and workstations. It's the same as normal memory, but except it has a chip on it that can correct errors with the memory that happen every once in a great while. Like sometimes, like I don't even really know how to describe it, but it's like if the system crashes because like something happened with the memory where some data gets changed in a weird way, it can be corrected using the ECC chip. And then there's an R next to DDR4, which I think means registered. So yeah, this it's a pretty new BIOS we got on it. Yeah. Security. Let's look at all the options here we got. I'm gonna put this. Gotta find a way to get this thing sitting. So. Sorry, it's not a very good camera angle, isn't it? Make do with what you got, you know? Alright. Maybe I'll just hold it, whatever. So, we have system diagnostics, so I did not want to do that. Yeah, so these are all things that my old computer did not have. Can we go back into the setup, please? Hello? Maybe. On the top right, there's this weird thing that appears. I don't know what it is. Whatever. BIOS setup. So update BIOS, change date and time. Let's see if it's right. Yes, it is. That is the correct time, which is good. System IDs. I have no idea what that is. Replicated setup. So I guess you can back up the BIOS settings to a USB drive and restore them. It's cool. Language options, because if you want to change the language of your BIOS, which I've never seen before, but whatever. This is the normal stuff in a BIOS, like save changes and exit, whatever. Can set up a password, that's all. TPM, it's important for Windows 11. I don't know if this is TPM 2.0. My guess is it's probably not. Yeah, it's TPM 1.2, but I think they made it so you can use 1.2 on 11 and it won't complain. So the pushback they got, it is available, but it's disabled. But I don't even really care, honestly, about TPM. I'm just going to bypass that. If I install Windows 11, which I probably will not in the near time future. System security. So we have VTX and VTD. I want to enable virtualization because sometimes I use it every once in a while. So there we go. I enabled that. Boot options. So fast boot I have off. Well, we can turn that on. Why not? Continue. Post delay. Nope. Fast boot recovery. Boot order. Let's take a look at the boot order. What do we got? Oh my god. So we have USB and then CD. That seems right to me. There's no hard disk there, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it's not seeing the hard drive. Whatever. I don't know why it's not putting the hard drive in network booting as an option under UEFI, but whatever, it's fine. My system is in legacy mode anyway, so I don't care. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. Wait, no, there's more. Performance options. You can turn off the cores. I mean, I guess this is for multiple CPUs, but this thing only has one slot. PCIe performance mode. I don't know what that does. No, we'll just disable that. I don't even know what that does. ISOC mode, what is that? Disable high will result in higher memory performance and uniprocessor configurations, but we're only using one processor, so let's disable that. I don't even know what it does. Slot settings. That's just if you want to turn on or off your PCI slots. I'm just going to leave them there. BIOS power on. This is if you want your computer to randomly turn on. I think that's creepy. I'm not going to do that. I'm just kidding. But I'm not doing that. You can mess with your internet settings in the BIOS, which I've never seen before. And yeah, that's about it for the BIOS. So we have a 1607 V3, which I didn't think I was getting, which is a nice surprise. Unfortunately, I have no idea what graphics card is in this computer still. It does not tell me anything about that. Yeah, I have no idea what. It's so advanced. Oh, it's quad channel. We got 4 4GB sticks. Oh my god, that's so good. Wow. That is sick. We got quad channel memory. So yeah, I'm gonna just put my 1050 Ti in the hard drives, and then we'll figure out what to do about the graphics card in there. We'll figure out what it is. Maybe when I take it out, there'll be some identification on it. So yeah, we're gonna shut this off. Save changes and exit. Yes. And then it just shuts off. Normally a computer, oh no, it's turning back on, but it just makes this weird clicking sound when it turns on, which is kind of weird. Let's turn it off. There we go, it's off. So now I'm going to unplug it and we're going to do some hardware swapping. But I cannot believe this thing has quad channel RAM. It has a better processor than I thought it was going to have, and it has a better power supply. This is really a Christmas present, isn't it? Oh my god. Alright, let's pull off the side panel. Let's put it over here, next to my chair, I guess. You can kind of compare the systems. can see this one has a very conventional CPU cooler on it. Yeah, nothing else to say there. There's my GPU. This is the 1050 Ti. It's kind of funny, as you can see, it's a small version. It's because when I got this, I don't know why, but I didn't. This is my first time like actually getting a graphics card. This was a couple years ago. I had no idea. I was like, oh, maybe like a normal size would be too big for a computer like this, but no. Absolutely wrong, but whatever. This thing, it performs the same as like a bigger 1050 Ti, so it doesn't really matter. If I ever did have a small form factor computer, which will never happen because I don't like them, I guess I could put this in it, but it doesn't matter. I'm just rambling here. Let's take it out. This thing. Oh, you just go like that, I think. It's not too bad. Okay, here we are again. Watch me suffer here like an idiot. In my defense, I haven't been in here for a while. You know, I just normally just use it and it works, so I don't have to go on my computer and mess with the PCI slots a lot. Oh my god. You suck. Oh my god. Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. I have no idea. Oh yeah, I was. Okay, there we go. Okay, my god. Let's pull this out now. There we go. Yeah, be careful. There we go. Here's my GPU. I think it needs some TLC. Look at those fans. It's covered in dust.
Delicious.
I think I only took it out like one time after I put it in originally. So yeah, I'm going to probably just take this apart at some point. But, you know, it still works for now, so.
I like how you didn't even notice what I said.
Yeah, you said delicious. I know. It's funny.
Are you...
Okay, well, I'm just trying to focus on this right now.
Sorry, I guess.
Anyway, we got the 1050 Ti out. Let's get out the Wi-Fi card. There we go. Here it is. It's a TP-Link. I don't know what model it is, but I know it's like one of the more basic ones because I wanted it not to be spending lots of money on the Wi-Fi card. And it works good, so yeah. Excuse me. Right now this thing has, it's pretty bare bones. Let's take out other components as well. Let's get out my SSD.
Vietnam flashbacks.
What Vietnam? Okay. Here it is. It's an ADA SU760. It's in this like 2.5 to 3.5 inch converter thing because there's no like dedicated SSD slots on the computer. Because it's kind of too old for that. But alright. I'm going to unplug the power cable from it, but I will use the SATA cable I was using. There we go. Get out my hard drive. I wanted you to be able to see it. Why is it not? Okay, I guess when I ripped it out of the SATA cable, it just came out of the hard drive too. That was probably kind of clumsy, honestly. Whatever. I'll just use the SATA cable that's already in this computer. So here's my hard drive. It's a Hitachi. They're a good brand, relatively speaking. Alright, and while we're at it, let's take a look at the one that's in the computer right now. Oh god, this thing looks interesting. Okay. Definitely not the hard drive it came with, I'll say that. I can tell just by looking at it. I have no idea what it is, but it's interesting looking. Look at this thing. Dell, an HP computer. Let's Probably, I have no idea who actually made. Oh yeah, never mind. Manufactured by Western Digital, so it's still going to be a good hard drive. But I wonder what happened with the original one. Maybe whoever owned this thing originally upgraded it at one point. That's probably what happened. Here it is.
Will there still be like stuff on
No,
it?
it's got nothing. It's wiped.
Oh.
Alright, so yeah, the caddy is actually pretty much exactly the same from the Z210 to the Z240, so I might as well just put the entire caddy in this new computer here. There we go. I think we only have 2 hard drive slots, so I couldn't put this one internally in. This one seems to have 3, so I don't know. That's kind of a bummer, I guess, but I don't know. It's not a huge deal. Okay, we got the SSD. I don't know if this caddy is going to fit. I can just move it over if I need to. No, well, there we go. So there we go, we got it in. And I presume Windows is going to deactivate itself, because it will see it's an entirely new system. Let's plug in everything. So we got the SSD up here, plug into the power, the hard drive. So yeah, this old system here does have 3 SATA connectors, while this one has 2, so you are not meant to be using it with more than 2 disks. Dude, why am I having such a hard time with this? Gotta kind of bend it here, because this weird adapter thing puts the SSD in the middle of the caddy, which is not ideal for the power cable, because you have to twist it. Not twist it, like just bend it a bit. There we go. It's not very fancy looking, but it gets the job done. There we go. That's much better. This thing was so dark before. There we go. Oh, I gotta get the SATA cables here. So this one can go for the hard drive. Yeah, you can see it's an aftermarket one because it's red. These computers that come with all black cables. I got this 90-degree one here that I was using with the hard drive. Excuse me, with the SSD before. I'm going to use it again. There we go. Where are the connectors? Oh, they're like right angled ones. There's more down here on the bottom of the motherboard. It might be SATA 2, I'm not sure. Which would kind of suck, but. You see where this thing goes. Let me look at the side panel because it will say what those are. Those are apparently eSATA, which I do not understand. I mean, it should be the same, I guess. mean SATA, excuse me. I have no idea what SATA is, but it probably will work. So just it's not the best cable management, but you know, it's not something I honestly care about too much because I'm not good at it, and I just want my computer to work. I don't care where the cables go. But I mean, this wasn't even me who did this. It was them with the aftermarket cable. Okay. Oh, I just realized it was kind of blocked. There we go. That's what I did. Yeah, let's get out this video card here. It's in this one. We'll have to figure out what it is. That looks like a 285 or something. I mean, excuse me, 210 or a 710. Let's see what it says.
It's raining now. It's not,
It says EN210, so it probably, I mean, that doesn't say GT, but, oh, here we go. But this label here, it's kind of bent over. FN210 slap. It's probably a GT210. That's what I said. It said I would be getting, so. Anyway, it's okay, you know, for basic usage. Not that much else, but kind of got this weird scratch here. Maybe that was from me not being careful enough, but I mean, that freaking PCIe slot had death grips. I mean, it's crazy. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, I got pretty much everything I wanted in there. I just want to see what. Can you take this cover off? Oh yes, you can. Okay. It seems to be attached to something. I probably shouldn't be messing with this, to be quite honest. At least, yeah. I mean, I will be at some point because I have to take it off to. Whatever. Not gonna deal with it yet. But it's not really secured on. Like, I just, whatever. Okay. There we go. Got no video card in. Now I'll put the 1050 Ti in. I gotta take out one of these PCIe brackets up here. I know I said I was going to clean it, but I just kind of want to get this to work. And I will clean it at some point. Oh, I see. I took out the wrong one. There we go. I need to take out these two. Not the one on the top. Yeah, okay. There we go. See, that wasn't so hard. I don't know why the GT210 didn't want to come out there. I'm not going to do that. There we go. Okay, wait, I had it in. Okay, my bad. There you go. All right, everything's in.
There's like a plug flying around.
Okay, I mean, whatever. And then we'll see if it works. It probably will work just fine, but I just gotta make sure that everything, the boot order is set correctly, which probably is. But I'm a little bit surprised that we only have 2 hard drive bays, but then we have only 2 SATA slots. Like, I don't even know. This thing is not going in correctly. It's got more up like this. Maybe it is, I don't know. It just looks like it's kind of too far out here. That's better. But then over here it's not, oh my god. Something is hitting it, I think. No, I don't think so. There we go.
Tomorrow's Sunday. Yep. And, you know,
Maybe this thing here is like this bulge that comes out to prevent me from installing the GPU. I'm not sure, but could be what's causing the problem. As you can see, I was struggling to put it back on, and I thought taking this thing off would help me. I don't know even what it does, to be honest with you. Besides maybe secure the graphics card in place. And I did that using my amazing screwdriver kit, because it had a Torx bit in it that fit. And this did actually not fix it. I just had to be really careful about the way I was putting it on. It went on just fine. Actually, it did not. There's still this thing, but basically taking that stupid thing off did not fix it. So I'm kind of glad that's the case, because otherwise you would need this really like proprietary screw bit. Alright, got it all plugged in again. Let's boot it up. Going to go into the BIOS again because okay. I'm going to go into the BIOS again because I do not want it to boot off my hard drive, because I've not used that Windows installation for a long time. I want it to boot off the SSD. And wait for it to focus so you can see what I'm doing. We are going to go to BIOS setup, advanced boot options, and we're going to move SATA 0. I really do not know what SATA is, honestly, but there we go, got it up. And we're going to put this all the way at the bottom. I do not want to boot off the Hitachi. And then we should be good to go, I think. And you should save changes and exit. Yes. Let's see what happens. What is that? Mini OROM display. Like, oh, what is a mini whatever it is that annoys me, I'm going to shut it off some point, because I don't... I guess it's like option ROM, like, you know when your computer boots up, you don't have a hard drive, it shows like a network boot or like something, like it's like a mini version of that. Like, it's just so weird. Never seen anything like it. But whatever it is, we got a Windows logo here, and it looks like we're booting. So it's going to take a little while because it's gonna know that we are on a different system, so it's gonna need the drivers for the chipset, I guess. Not that much other things though, because you know it's the same GPU. And we got a BSOD. So maybe those SATA ports do not work. I mean, I have no idea what they are. But yeah, we'll have to see what the problem is then. That's probably the problem. Yeah, it's on RAID mode. And yeah, that's probably the issue, is that I was in RAID mode, I would guess. We'll have to see. Option ROM, I just want to shut this stupid option ROM thing off. Yep. There we go. Power options. I don't know what. Slot settings, I mean. Yeah.
CJ, you had mentioned Miralac.
See what happens. Oh, I think we're making some. Yep. Got this weird looking Windows logo. Yep, getting devices ready. So this is normally what should happen when you put a hard drive in a new computer, not a freaking BSOD. So yeah, again, if you have an issue like that and you buy like a used computer, make sure it's not set to RAID mode, because obviously we're not in RAID. We're just using the drives separately. And yeah, I don't know. I think that was kind of weird that would have it in RAID mode, even though there was only one drive installed in the computer when I got it. But hey, it's fine. It's working now. And like I said, it doesn't have to do that much because we're using the same GPU. So yeah, the getting ready part should not take very long. It rebooted, which I do not know if it was supposed to or not. Probably was. There we go, we're at a lock screen. Everything seems to be working just fine. I'm not going to show you my password, of course. There we go. Got the Xeon E5 1607 V3. 16 gigs of RAM. Seems to be working just as it should have been, I guess. Let's go into Task Manager. Yeah, so we got our 1050 Ti's working, hard drives are working. Just, you know, look at them, I guess. Yep, it's all used up. That's how it was before, so. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the colors look a little different, but that's just because of maybe there's some setting that got changed with the graphics.
Yes, AJ.
Okay, we got Minecraft. I just want to use this game to see what the 1607 V3 performs like. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't be too bad. It's definitely going to be a lot better than my i5 2500. But it should be even better with the 2640 V3. And I'm just going to keep the 1607. Oops, that's my fault. I forgot. I shouldn't be using that installation because it's broken. It has nothing to do with the computer, by the way, just for people wondering. And the launcher crashed. It's not what I want. Why is this not working? There we go. Gotta change it to Optifine. That's what I should be using. There you go. It's kind of funny. It sounds the same as my old computer because it's literally the same hard drive. So I don't know. I just find that funny. Here we go. Game opening. It's pretty fast. I think it's about the same as it was before. Okay, let's go. Shouldn't be showing you my servers, but we're just going to go on a server that I play on a lot. I would say this is probably a little bit better than before. It's not too different. I don't know. As you can see, we got the 1607 V3 all up and running. Let's go over to this area that's lagged the crap out of my old computer. Let's see what it does. If it lags a little bit, that's acceptable, as long as it's not like 3 FPS. Okay, here we go. We're coming up to it. You can already know what it is. We're getting really close to it now. Yes, that is definitely an improvement. It was like 50 FPS before. So that's better. That's all I care about, really. It's not the best, though. It's like 70, but that's okay. I don't. Part of it is also has to do with the GPU, too. Minecraft is mainly a CPU game. Even more specifically, it's a single-core game. But I feel like with all the, like these entities and stuff is probably, it might be pegging the GPU a bit, too. I have no idea. But anyway, this 1607 V3 seems like a good processor, but we want more than that. We have this. And I want to use it, so we have to get going with that. I don't know when I'm going to be putting it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that right now because I have some things I need to do today, but it will be included in this video whenever I do it. So, yeah, we're just flying around the server. Yeah. That's about it. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that. Obviously, that was nowhere near a thorough test. I just wanted to see a basic idea. So yeah, I guess I can just use it. I'm probably gonna just start using it, or I should probably do this upgrade. Yeah, I'm gonna see how easy it is to take off the cooler thing. Then I'll put this in. Shut it off. See how fast it shuts off. I hear my hard drive being utilized a lot, which is, it's weird because it's not running off of it. There we go. That weird click sound it makes happen. I would say it's probably about the same, if not a little bit longer shutdown time than my previous computer, but I don't really care. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna unplug everything, take it apart. We're gonna see how easy it is to get that black behemoth thing, whatever it is, off the CPU cooler. I don't even think you need it to run. So yeah. All right, we're back with it open again, and yeah, I'm gonna try to take this thing off basically. So I gotta find a place to put the camera mount. I think that's pretty good. It's very ghetto what I'm doing right now. I'm literally just putting it over like the drive cage. Okay. Seems like it's about to fall off, which is not good. Okay. Can you see what I'm doing? Oh, you cannot. Let me push this down a bit. That's better. Okay. Yeah, this thing confuses me. I'll have to look up how to do it. Because it's obviously just some random protective thing. And it has fans, I guess, for the RAM too, but like that's kind of too much. Like you don't need cooling fans on your RAM. Like some like gaming RAM modules have heat sinks to make them kind of look cool, but you know, it doesn't matter too much. At least in my opinion. That let me show you. There's a connector. I cannot use the flash apparently because the battery is too low. But anyway, there's a connector right down there. And I have to pull on it to get it out. I have to plug this phone in. Because I actually kind of need it. I'll just use a flashlight, why not? Look at this. There it is. I think there might be two of them, but it might be just a reflection. See? I don't know. I think it's a reflection. I'm going to pull on it. I'm going to try to pull that out, and yeah, we'll get this thing off. There it is. Now you can actually see the system. So you got this big tower cooler on here. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 RAM sticks, which is amazing. Let's take a look at one of these. Why not? Yep, these are definitely DDR4. You can see the kind of the shape. How it kind of slopes downward. That's only DDR4 sticks have that. So yeah. And you can see this big chip. That's the ECC chip that I was talking about. There we go. Got that RAM stick back in. So now I'm gonna have to get this cooler off. I'm gonna do the CPU upgrade. And yeah, I have thermal paste that I used before. And the tube is pretty big, so I think I have enough to put it on. But it's a nice cooler. It's very beefy. It got a nice heat sink and fan. No complaints. I'm probably not going to put the RAM cooler back on because, like, you know, if you have like 8 RAM sticks, I think it would be probably pretty useful, but not for just 4 of them. So, yeah. I don't know. I think it should boot without them, but without it, I'm not sure though. So I'm going to have to actually look up how to take this thing off because I don't know off the top of my head. I never upgraded a CPU on a desktop. Actually, ever upgraded a CPU before. So, yeah. But I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be aware that I do not know everything. And I'm just going to be, yeah, like I said, careful. It shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm going to skip ahead to me taking this off once I figure out which way I'm supposed to do it. And you'll see me putting in the new CPU. And yeah. Here we are again. I now know what I need to do. So it so happens that the Torx bit that I used to remove that weird thing off the side panel also is the same type of screw used on the CPU cooler. Really? This stupid outlet thing is not allowing me to come in here. Fine. To go from a side angle, I guess. I'll just put it in another screwdriver. It's not like this shape. Fine. Never have enough issues, I guess. Oh wait, no, I can just make this longer. Give me a second. So I made it longer, and then I'm just going to unscrew it in a cross pattern. So here, 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 and then I'll unplug the fan from the connector right down there, and then I'll pull it off. got it off. It was really hard to unplug the CPU power connector. But anyway, you can see our Xeon E5 1607 V3 here. I'm just going to pull these levers here, pull them out. If I knew what I was doing, that is, which I do not. There we go. Just to push it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now I can lift up this latch and pull out this thermal paste covered CPU here. And yeah. I see the triangle, it was up like this, so I'm going to remember that. There's a big triangle that goes up on the right, and there's like a small dot on the left, so let's get our 1640 V3 out here. Excuse me, 2640 V3, I think I said it right. I don't know. So it's already aligned correct way, and I'm going to put it in very carefully. I don't know if I can film that, unfortunately, you just have to trust me. Okay guys, I was gone for quite a while today because it's Christmas and we were visiting family. But now I'm back, and as you can see, we got the 1607 V3 out. And they did a pretty good job applying the thermal paste. You know, it didn't get the right corner, but it doesn't really matter. And then I got my GTX 1050 Ti out here again because I think I'm just going to clean it. You know, I got to clean the thermal paste off this. I might as well just clean the dust off this car. We're going to do a big cleaning session here. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back after I'm done. And then we'll put on the new paste. It's a now installed 2640 V3, which I don't know if I can show you because my phone's plugged in. So I don't have a lot of battery, but you can see it in the corner over there. It's installed. Got no thermal paste yet, though. Okay, everybody, I'm back. So I'm going to show you what I did. So it started with the 1050 Ti. I cleaned it okay. It looks okay here, but you can see there's still some dust. I didn't do an amazing job. I definitely got a significant amount of it out. But I don't want to tear the entire thing down. I don't want to have to put new paste on it because I might have to do that. The heatsink and the fan just come out on there like both at the same time. And I don't think I have enough thermal paste to do both the CPU and the GPU, so we're just going to do the CPU. Speaking of, I got the 1607 in here. As you can already see, I think they did a pretty good job. If I can open this thing. There we go. So I cleaned most of it off. There's still some streaks on these top things here. It's kind of an awkward shape. But then on the cooler, I think I did a really good job. So there you go. Nope, barely any. There's still a tiny bit on the cooler, but not enough, in my opinion, to create an issue. So yeah, I'm going to put the new stuff on, and we're going to put the cooler back on, and hopefully the computer should boot up. Alright, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy with the thermal paste. It is a little bit of a bigger CPU. I'm just gonna do a dot like you normally would do. Maybe a little bit of a bigger dot, but I'm not gonna record it because I actually want to do this right. So give me a second. Now I'm gonna put the thermal paste on. So I done goofed. That's too much. Well, at least more than I wanted. I tried to be very careful, but it just comes right out. But it shouldn't be too bad. I think it should spread around the CPU just fine. So yeah, not gonna worry about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the cooler on, and we'll go from there. All right, I had a little bit of difficulties getting the heatsink on. I tried going this one first, then this one, and it did not want to go in. This one just kept shaking around, so then I just unscrewed this one, and I went this one first, that one second, this one third, this one fourth, and it worked. Hopefully the thermal paste spread good. Not the most professional way to do this. Yeah, but it should work just fine. As long as it's not the Verge PC build, I think we're good. I think it's everything is good. I got the GPU in here. Plug in the CPU cord. Don't forget to do that. Okay, it's all about to go. I have to say, this side panel is very annoying. You have to, of course, pull this latch to put back on. We also have to make sure you press each corner in. It doesn't just slide on nicely. If you don't do that, you put it on, it will kind of bulge outward in one corner. I think it's kind of annoying. But anyway, we got our CPU installed. We got the graphics card. Everything should be ready to go. There you go. I flipped it. I got the old system over here. Gonna move it. Hopefully nothing blows up. Here it is. It's all plugged in. It's turned on. Will it boot? Oh, look at that. We got a screen, guys. We got a BIOS. Just some information. Xeon E5 2640 V3 at 2.6 gigahertz. Look at that, guys. It's the first time I ever upgraded a CPU. And I was successful. Even with the really weird thermal paste application, everything works great. Fantastic. Alright everybody, here we are on my desktop. I'm going to show you again. System. Intel Xeon E5 2640 V3. There we go. Everything is working just fine. What else do I want to try to do? Let's go on task manager, just look at my beautiful 8-core. Oh yes, 16 cores. Well, I mean, okay, it's 16 threads right there, guys. And we got our RAM. And yeah, we got our GPU. Everything's working just fine. Oh yeah, by the way, without that giant behemoth over there, which is appreciated, because if I want to go inside the computer, I won't have to worry about it. I mean, you know, it has its use, especially if you have 8 RAM sticks. I could see why you might want to have cold RAM, but like, to me, it's just kind of a pain. You know, it takes up, you know, you can't really see what's going on in the system. If I need to access the CPU or the RAM, which I don't think I'm going to need to because I'm all set. I mean, this is just an amazing system I have now. You know, this is the top of the food chain, really. So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything else. Except for the Turbo Boost hack, but we're not going to do that tonight because it's freaking 8:30. And I'm fine with 2.6. I mean, it was running at 3.1 just a second ago, so, yeah. Anyway, by the way, before we are done with this video, I want to tell you what I did with this computer over here. And what I did was, just spin around. I remember I mentioned that this thing has 16 gigs, and it had 16 gigs of RAM, and it was made up of 2 8-gig sticks. And before I had that, it came with 4 gigs made up of 2 2-gig sticks. And I originally took those out, and I thought, you know what, instead of storing them, I'll just put them in here. So this thing now has 20 gigabytes of RAM. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I put the GT210 in here as well. And I have some ideas. I might even use it as a server computer, although I like the Lenovo ThinkPad as a server as well. But yeah, this thing definitely will have some good uses ahead for it. In the meantime, I'm going to be using this. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. I'm proud of myself for not screwing anything up. Even if they're kind of new to me, like again, things like big changes like CPU upgrades. You know, that's something I've never done before, and I did it just fine, so I'm glad. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be a review of this computer on the channel soon because I feel like this is a very good option for people looking to make a LGA 2011 V3 based system. And I want to explain why in that video, but besides that, that's a bit. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hello everyone, so I just wanted to do a quick update because I forgot to do that originally. So I just wanted to show what kind of performance I've been getting with my new CPU, and it's definitely been a huge upgrade. I just wanted to show you that tower I was showing you before. It's not going to be entirely accurate because I'm doing recording and I am taking a little bit of a hit, but originally with my i5 2500 I got about 30 to 50 FPS over here. As you can see, we're sitting at 78. As I go inside, it does dip a little bit, but it is definitely quite a bit higher, and then it normally goes from like 90 to 70, and yeah, that's a lot better. And you know, it is definitely a lot more playable. Of course, there's a little bit jittery in this tower. I don't know exactly why it makes my game lag so much, but it's not just me, it's other people who find the server say that too. And then normally when I'm further out, I get on average about 200 FPS. I even hit up to 500 sometimes. So this is on Minecraft. This has been quite a huge performance improvement. I am using Optifine, keep in mind, because 1.18.1 is a kind of a terribly optimized version of the game, so you do need to use that even with a good computer to get actually decent performance. As you can see here, I got 245. As I move further out, you got even up to, yeah, like I said, 500. So yeah, in this game it's very good. I haven't played that many games since I got it. I've played Unturned a bit, and I got around 114 FPS in that game, which is notable because that game is very badly optimized, and I used to get about, sometimes I wouldn't even get 60 before, so I have a huge boost in that game. And then I've also edited a video on this thing. I've done the Donkey Grand Prix, which you have seen already. I started editing it on my old computer, but I moved it and finished it and rendered it on here. And I think the video is like 10 minutes long. It took about 7 minutes to render, which is great. So you know, it's faster than real time. I mean, it renders in less time than the entire video. I could probably even optimize those things to get better rendering performance. So, but before it would take at least double the time, double the length of the video time to render. So this has been a great upgrade for me. And but we're not done yet. We're going to be doing the Turbo Boost unlock to get this thing to run at 3.4 gigahertz. And unfortunately, that hack will be harder to do than I initially thought. But I will be doing it. I will be probably doing a tutorial on how to do it. I'm planning on, at least for now, I'm thinking I'm going to initially do it on my own without recording because it is difficult. Relatively difficult compared to what I thought. It's still not super hard, but yeah, so that's going to be the next video about this computer on this channel for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this long video of me trying to get this thing working, and yeah, I'll see you next time.